And we're live,
Oh.
I think. I mean,
It's okay. Here, you get up on there.
foot,
You get on your
foot,
beanbag.
foot.
We've got we don't normally have all these cables. All right, bear with us, everybody. Thank you. Hello. Good to see everyone. All right.
We're good.
Thanks for hanging in there with us. It is Monday, and we have got just the right theme picked out for today, we're pretty sure. Welcome to Storytime Live with Charley and Carla. Okay, good.
Yes.
Make sure my people can see you.
Everybody can see me on Facebook Live. I'm not aware.
I know.
I know, but like, it's
Here,
hard.
so share with me. Come share with me. Okay, great. All right,
I'm
good.
at a different level than you. Okay. No, it's fine.
Welcome to Storytime Live with Charley and Carla. Okay, and it's Monday. I don't know how your Monday has been. We're going to learn all about that out there in Moody Monday land, how everybody is feeling on this Monday. But we thought it was the right time to bring some stories that really honestly reflect that sometimes we've got different moods. So that's going to go into our theme. Storytime Live, if anybody is new to joining us, is a fun thing we do every Monday and Tuesday afternoon at 3:30 Central Time. Thank you for joining us. We always read you at least 2 stories, sometimes 3, depending how long the stories are. We also add live music by none other than the musical superstar, Charley, right here. I also bring my vocals to the party sometimes just to make sure everybody knows, no matter what level you are, you're a musical superstar to me. And we always have jokes. And then last week we started adding our new feature, Riddle in the Middle. Riddle in the middle, 2 jokes, got a riddle in there. And that brings us to the theme, I'm pretty sure, Charley, to just making sure we tell everybody what the theme is today. Oh, okay. I'm going to do a quiet drum roll.
The theme today is Moody Monday.
Moody Monday. And we picked Moody Monday on purpose.
We did.
Yeah, because we've had some moody days before. We must have. That's how we knew about these books, because we already knew about these books.
Little grumps and little
Because the truth is,
peps.
sometimes we've found ourselves grumpy, and we've needed some help to get out of that mood. So today's theme is Moody Monday, and as you can see, there can be so many moods that you can feel on Monday, but by the end of Storytime Live, we know which mood we hope you'll be in. Charley's showing you the before face. You were showing the before face, but now you can't do it, can you? Can you make your grumpy?
We gotta.
You can't do it. You can't do it. Once you're already happy, it's hard to re-grumpify. And then by the end of this time, I hope, okay, before, gotcha, and after. Okay, good. Let's dive in. We also always start Storytime Live with some stretching for small spaces. And I thought, we also always have a nickname. Now, I'm nervous, Charley, because today's the first time we did not decide on the nickname before we got onto the live.
I thought of it.
Oh, yes.
Well, it had to do with that. I saw that.
Okay.
Today,
We'll call all of our visitors
Moody Monsters.
Moody Monsters, because you might have come around here with your monster-like mood. Yeah. By the end of it, I want you to be in a different emoji than you started with. I love that. So, and just to remind people who have been here before or the folks, welcoming the folks who are new. We always give a nickname to our visitors who join us for Storytime Live. We give a different nickname every time. We give a nickname that fits the theme. That's why Charlie picked today for you all that you are the Moody Monsters today. And I have a feeling some of you have had some parts of your day where you might have felt a little moody monster inside of you. So now the stretches are going to make a lot of sense. We always do stretches before we read our story because it is important to get the mind ready, the mindset ready,
Set of the mind.
to be a great, not only listener, but to laugh really loud when the riddles and the jokes come. Yeah. Elmo, we learned last week that some of our favorite furry Sesame Street characters are actually monsters, even though they don't scare us. And so sometimes Elmo comes inside of Charlie and comes to Storytime Live. So let's do our stretches. Then we can jump into our first joke and some stuff that we wanted to talk to you about today on Moody Monday. This stretch is going to really be for our faces and our bellies. So I read some information that said, even when you just put a smile on your face, if you even don't feel happy when you're doing it, putting that smile on your face tells your brain to start feeling better and start feeling happy. So today's stretch, we're gonna do some face stretches to remind our brain how to get into a better mood when we're down. And then we're going to do some belly laughs to remind our body what laughter feels like when we're having a Moody Monday, monsters. Okay, so let's do it. Charlie, this is going to be your time to practice your grumpy face and some different faces. It's going to be kind of like Simon Says, but without the Simon Says. We're just going to do it. I'm going to tell you a mood to make on your face, and I want you to make that mood in whatever small space you're listening from at home.
Big.
Or big. Maybe you got a lot of room to twirl around. Okay, first face I want you to make is your mad face. Now, I want you to make your sad face. Now I want you to make your, I don't know, face.
Shmeh.
Your meh face. Now I want you to make, shmeh. Shaking my head.
Shmeh.
SMH. Shaking my head.
That's not what that is.
It's not, yeah, that's what it means to my generation. Okay, I probably don't need to know what it really means. All right, and now let's do our laugh, our smile face. I want the biggest smile. I want to see 2 rows of teeth. All the teeth. The eyes have to smile though. Now we're going to bring the belly into it, okay? First, I want you to start with just your, I just woke up face. I want you to make that smile come to life. And when that smile gets big enough, we're going to add a ho, ho, ho belly laugh and a ha, ha, ha belly laugh. Okay? Ready? Are you doing it at home?
No.
Okay, if you're not doing it at home, you don't have to do it with noise. Because if you don't want to bother somebody, you can still do it quietly. We'll do it one more time, and then we'll get into our
What
jokes.
if you're already bothered?
Okay, what if you're already bothered?
Yeah, by... No,
What if you...
already bothering someone by doing...
No, then they need to probably get in a better mood as well, so they could use this exercise. Now we're going to do it, okay? I want you to smile with your wide smile. And now I want you to do your silent ha 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 laugh, okay? Now I want you to turn it into your quiet ho 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 laugh. All right, that brings us to our first joke. But I sure hope if you're ever feeling moody or down, you remember that you can stretch your way into a better mood. Okay? Charley,
The side smush. Smush the smash.
I'm going to get some ideas
Smush.
from you about also how to think about a good mood. But first I want to tell you a joke. I have one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
Charley and Moody monsters out there, because we always give you a chance to guess the joke. What did the piece of paper say to the scissors when the scissors started poking around?
Stop.
What did the piece of paper say to the scissors
More people always come when there's a joke.
when the
It's like
scissors
they
started
know.
poking around? What? Oh, that's what we get. Mine said.
Stop.
Anybody else got an
Stop.
idea? Stop. Charley said.
Stop.
Oh, stop! Stop! I'm going to tell you the answer because I'm ready to get on to some of our fun stories.
Oh,
Oh,
somebody got it.
we have a visitor, a Moody Monday monster that has a pretty good guess. We've got a few. That's right. The scissors said, or the paper said, cut it out when the scissors started poking it. Cut it out.
You understand it? Is it like cut stuff?
I didn't hear you do the laugh. If you had to really cheer yourself, I want you to show Maya. If you had to really cheer yourself up, could you really do that pretend laugh?
Like a fake laugh or like a
All the way in your belly, all the way into your belly. That would cheer me up because it sounds pretty silly. Okay, I want to get into our first story, which is called Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss
I'm going to give you a copy. I think
It's a very tiny book.
it's a little book, and these books are kind of little.
I'm gonna move
The
this.
title of
I
the
gotta do everything.
lead character is little. Okay, baby. Ooh, so delicate there. And it really fits our theme for Moody Mondays. So
And move it.
the story is by Roger Hargraves, and
Are there
you
books
may
on all of these?
look at how many. Oh, show them the back. Yeah, there are.
There
Show them.
are. Well, I've only read like 3 of them. Up, down, left, right. I'm moving my feet tonight.
But if somebody wants to actually pick out a book, please slow down. Okay, so this is a fun.
You got.
No, pick a place and stay. So that
I can't because then nobody sees it.
It's okay.
It's
It's
so
okay.
small. It's like you gotta get
Okay, well,
everyone.
I don't know about
and you
anybody
gotta
else,
get
but I'm
nobody.
going to read the story because it's getting busy around here. This is from a series of books, though, as Charley is showing you, that have Little Miss and Little
This seems like such a long.
Little Man, Little Miss and Little Man. I
Little
think
Mister.
Little Mister stories.
I
And
don't
this
know.
one is called Little Miss Sunshine.
Miss is.
Ready? Get ready to show the pictures. Welcome to Misery Land.
This
We
is-
say welcome, but there isn't really much very welcoming about it. It's the most miserable place in the world. Misery Land worms look like this. And when the birds wake up in the morning in Misery Land, they don't start singing. They start crying.
Dinging. No. Okay.
Oh, it really is an awful place.
So bad. I can't imagine having birds outside.
Crying. And the king of Misery Land is even worse. He sits on the throne all day with tears streaming down his face. Oh, I'm so unhappy, he keeps sobbing over and over and over again. Dear, oh dear.
That's all I've got to say. You know?
Little Miss Sunshine had been on vacation. She had a lovely time, and now she was driving home. She was whistling happily to herself as she drove along. And out of the corner of her eye, she saw a sign to Misery Land. Miseryland, she asked herself. I've never heard of that before. And she headed down the road leading to Miseryland. She came to a sign that read, "You are now entering Miseryland."
Smiling, laughing, chuckling, giggling, forbidden by order of the king. No wonder they're so miserable.
They can't smile, they can't laugh, they can't even giggle or chuckle. Oh dear, thought little Miss Sunshine as she drove along. She came to a castle with a huge door. A soldier stopped her. "What do you want?" he asked gloomily. "I want to see the king," said little Miss Sunshine. "You are under arrest." "But why?" asked little Miss Sunshine. "For a serious crime," replied the soldier. Very serious indeed. The soldier marched little Miss Sunshine through a huge door and across a courtyard and through another huge door and up an enormous staircase and along a long corridor and through another huge door and into a gigantic room. And at the end of the gigantic room sat the king, crying,
Wah, 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 wah.
his eyes out. "Your Majesty," said the soldier, bowing low, "I have arrested this person for a very serious crime." The king stopped crying. "She smiled at me," said the soldier. There was shocked silence. "She did what?"
She did what?
cried the king. "She smiled at me." "But why is smiling not allowed?" But why is smiling not allowed?" laughed little Miss Sunshine. "She laughed at me." "Why not?" "She chuckled," wailed the king. Little Miss Sunshine giggled. "She giggled," blubbered the king. And he burst into tears again. "But why are these things not allowed?" asked little Miss Sunshine. "Because this is Miseryland," wept the king. "And I've never been allowed," he sobbed. "And I was oh so unhappy before you arrived. But now I'm twice as unhappy." Little Miss Sunshine looked at him. "But wouldn't you like to be happy?" she asked. "Of course I would," cried the king. "But how can I be? This is Miseryland." Little Miss Sunshine thought. "Come on," she said. "You can't talk to me like that," said the king. "Don't be silly," she replied. And she led him across the gigantic room through the huge door and along the long corridor and down the enormous staircase and through the huge door across the courtyard and through a huge door to her car.
Her car.
"Get in,"
That's a car.
she said. Little Miss Sunshine drove the crying king back to the large Miseryland sign. "Dry your eyes," she said, and handed him a large handkerchief from her purse.
A handkerchief.
Ooh! Yes, a handkerchief. And then from her purse, she pulled out a large pen. You know, like those big, fat Sharpies that I always say, "Be careful, don't write on the furniture."
We don't even have those Sharpies. We don't even have a black Sharpie.
We have all the other colors of Sharpie.
Yeah. It's great. Except we need a black Sharpie.
There's a reason we don't have a black Sharpie. Okay.
Is there?
5 minutes later, she finished. Instead of the sign reading, "You are now entering Miseryland," laughing, smiling, chuckling, giggling, forbidden by order of the king. Do you know what it read?
You are now entering a laughter land. smiling, laughing, giggling, chuckling, permitted by order of the king.
There, said little...
A yeet?
There, said little Miss Sunshine. Now you can be happy. But I don't know how to be happy, sniffed the king. I've never tried it. Nonsense, said little Miss Sunshine. It's really very easy.
Have you ever tried being happy?
We practiced it today, little moody monsters. Now the king needs to practice, doesn't he? The king tried to smile. Not bad, she laughed. The king tried to laugh. Getting better, she chuckled. The king tried to chuckle. You got it, she giggled. The king looked at her. So I have, he giggled. I'm the king of Laughterland. And little Miss Sunshine arrived home. There was Mr. Happy out for an evening stroll. Hello, he grinned. Where have you been? Miseryland, she replied. Miseryland, he said. I didn't know there was such a place. Little Miss Sunshine giggled. Actually,
There isn't.
there isn't.
There is not. And we figured out with those other books, so there are the Little Misses. Should I read every Little Miss? I used to like to.
Tell them some of your favorite ones.
I like Miss Somersault. I remember reading something on that. Little Miss Contrary. Little Miss Scatterbrain. Little Miss Helpful. Little Miss Fabulous.
Ooh, Little Miss Fabulous. I've got to get that. That sounds good.
That's a really good one.
So, Charlie, before we get to the riddle in the middle and the music, because it's Moody Monday, we invited everybody here to say, hey, if you've got a Monday mood, we've been there, we've got a Monday mood. I wanted to tell people something that I heard you were talking about today in school on your e-learning, and I thought it was a helpful idea. Oh, you're getting a little puffed up, huh?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
No,
Okay.
it's just like this. I'll try.
Oh, the puff went away. Okay, all right. You learned it on your e-learning today, Char. Well, you've known this idea before, but it was something you discussed on your e-learning as your teacher wanted to do a check-in of how everyone was doing. And I brought my bucket because I thought this was a good Monday concept because you talked about it in class. And your teacher said, hey, we're going to do a check-in and we're going to find out two things. What's filling everyone's bucket? And your teacher explained, how do you explain filling the bucket to our Moody monsters? What did your teacher describe that as?
What's positive, and then draining the bucket is what's negative.
In your day or in your life. So I wanted you to remember, little monsters, that if you are having one of those moods, sometimes a good thing to do is to either get out your real bucket or imagine a bucket and just ask yourself just one question. I'm going to ask it to you today, and it would be so helpful to some of the other Moody monsters if you want to type it in to share. What is filling your bucket today or lately? What are things that are making you feel positive and feel happy? We could use some ideas like that. I'm going to tell you what's filling my bucket because I had a Moody Friday and I needed to get myself chipped back up, and that's why I wore my theme shirt. What's filling my bucket is when I make a great playlist of my favorite songs, like I did on Saturday, and I went in the garage and I played them super loud.
It was so loud.
Where I wasn't bothering anybody, and I was singing and dancing by myself.
It wasn't bothering.
It wasn't bothering anybody, and it was cheering me up. So Charlie, I'd just love to hear what is filling your bucket lately.
Our neighbor's dog.
Our neighbor's dog. Our neighbor's got a new dog. His name is Louie.
And he's so cute.
Charlie loves dogs.
And he looks like a rabbit. when he's trying to play with something.
What breed of dog is he?
He's a wired short hair. A German or like, no, it's a wired short.
German wired short hair?
No, it's not German. It's something wild. It's a wired short hair something.
Okay. Well, I love that the new dog next door is filling your bucket. For some of us, just typing our favorite emojis in right here in the comments fills our buckets for a moment. Sometimes you have a favorite emoji. But I really want you, thank you, reading new books and doing art is filling some people's buckets. So just always remember about your bucket if you're ever having a moody day. For me and some of my friends out there, dance fills my bucket. And so I got to sometimes dance myself out of a bad mood. Well, that brings us to another thing that cheers me up whenever I'm down, which is riddles. Do you want to do your song first or you want to do the riddle first?
Well, we got another answer. Maya says,
Maya.
bucket is always filled with toys.
Love it.
Yes.
I love it. That's why we have some of our fun toys back here. What do you want to do? Do you want to do gum? We've got Gumball, the stuffed animal, up there, and then Gumball machines with real gumballs in them. Do you want to do the riddle first, or?
Sure.
Okay.
That works. Today's riddle. Pay attention. There was a man. On sunny days, he went to the 7th floor and walked his way up to his apartment on the 13th floor. After getting to the 7th floor. But on rainy days...
Wait, say that part again.
Okay.
I want to make sure they hear it.
On sunny days, this man, he goes to the 7th floor and then takes the stairs all the way up to his apartment on the 13th floor. But on rainy days, he goes to the 13th floor. Why is this happening? Yeah, I got some.
Okay, say it again. Everybody always needs to hear a riddle more than one time. 'Cause it's loud.
Man, he lives on the 13th floor, right? On sunny days, he goes to the 7th floor and then walks his way up to the 13th floor. But on rainy days, he goes to the 13th floor.
In the elevator?
Yeah, I know it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't.
I was just checking.
Yeah. Why is this happening?
So I'm going to say it again, make sure I heard it right. When this man goes into his apartment building, he gets on the elevator and on a sunny day, he goes to the 7th floor to go to his apartment on the 13th floor. But when it's raining outside, he goes into the elevator and he goes to the 13th floor. Why would he go to different floors on different weather days in his elevator? That's a hard riddle. Why don't you tell us the answer? I don't see any guesses because that was a tough riddle today. Why don't you tell us, why does he go
Wait.
on sunny days?
Wait.
No, I think those are filling our bucket.
I know.
Oh, okay. We're going to let the Moody monsters give one more brain try. One more brain. Brains are warmed up. We've been laughing.
There are stairs outside.
Oh, because there are stairs outside. This is why Maya's one of the smart riddle guessers that we have. Yeah. Humble Nut Butter and Humble Nut Butter's buddy say, why would a man go to the elevator and get out at the 7th floor on the sunny days, but go into the elevator and get out at the 13th floor on rainy days?
The reason is he is short. And so on rainy days, he uses his umbrella to poke at the button.
Okay, for 13.
But when he can only press the 7 without his umbrella.
Oh, he can't reach the 13th button without his umbrella. I got it. That's a tricky, tricky riddle. Thank you for that. Riddles get our brains going. What also gets our spirits going is music. Charley decided she's going to play acoustic guitar for us today. I want people to be able to see.
Can I introduce them to my guitar?
Oh, yeah. I want people to be able to see your guitar no matter where they're sitting. So I'm going to move myself.
This is dark chocolate,
Let me help you show.
but I call it chocolate because that's a long name. It's called dark chocolate.
Do people know that guitar players sometimes give their guitars a name?
I don't know.
Or is that just you just do that?
I think a lot of other people do that as well.
I do. I'm pretty sure famous guitar players have named their guitars. I've heard of that.
And I named it that because, of course, the color, it's like a dark chocolate bar, but then it also has a nice, rich sound when I play it. So that's where I got the name from. This was my second guitar that I got.
Your first guitar's right back here.
Yep, it's the flower.
Shaped like a flower. See it? Called that guitar something called like Little Miss Flower or something. Little Miss Flower. Okay, all right.
Fit on this seat.
Do you? Somehow our puff ups went away. Why don't you switch to this one for a short time?
Switch
Switch to this. Let's do a swap. Because you've got to have the right gig playing seat. All right. Charley's going to get us started on our song, and then we've got one more story and one more joke. And thank you for hanging with us while we chatted today for our Monday mood. I love you. I love when you play that song.
Yes.
I also appreciate that you taught me about the first 5 or 6 notes of that song. And it's very difficult to play the guitar, and so I appreciate it. And we're going to close out Storytime Live with...
Close out?
Well, no, we're not. I always say that. I don't know why. I get
Close out with a joke.
We close out with a joke. We close out with a joke. But I want to tell people this is our last story for the day. But this is a story that is one of our actual bedtime stories we used to read here to Charley or her brother Jay. And it was a very helpful story because sometimes kids aren't in a good mood and sometimes grown-ups aren't in a good mood. And this story helps you remember that that's normal.
That is normal.
It's normal.
It is very normal.
I'm going to show you the pictures a lot. I know you love to see Charley's face when she reads, but this is a book with some really good pictures, so I want you to get a chance to see how funny they are.
If you're grumpy for too long, a little birdie will come and sit on your lip. Can they hear me or no?
I think so.
I think they can.
Okay.
Did you get up on the wrong side of the bed? Did someone leave the toilet seat up and you didn't notice? Hey! Were all of your favorite clothes in the laundry, so you had to wear an outfit that looked goofy? I look like Dad when he goes golfing. I'm glad I don't have to wear clothes, not shoes. But
The dog is glad. The dog is like, I'm glad I don't look like you, dude.
did your mom and dad forget to buy your kind of cereal? Chocolate roasted, honey glazed, pre-sweetened marshmallow
Noodles.
So you had to eat grown-up cereal. I love grown-up cereal.
Yeah.
I like just plain.
Sometimes only parts of this story are each for us.
Boring Acres, 100% organic, whole grain, wheat bran, and mullet food substance, no sugar, no fat, no fun, regular food. And the ingredients in the sugary one are ingredients: glucose, sucrose, dextrose, corn syrup, honey, sugar, trace amounts of wheat flour, just to hold the pieces together. And then the other one, the ingredients are gravel, birdseed, wood chips, corn husks, burlap bags, weeds, and dirt. I'd rather eat the sugary one personally. Did you get a package on your birthday? Oh boy. And it turned out to be boring stuff? Oh poop. Oh honey, that's just what you needed. Did you have to do about 1,000,000 chores? Dust dollhouse furniture, swab deck, arrange floor, food and refrigerator alphabetically, train cat to fetch papers, set clock on VCR, clean dog snot off a patio door, polish garbage can lids, vacuum backyard, paint the house, rotate tires on the car, build a new doghouse, count leaves on tree, find burned out bulb on the Christmas lights, clean dirt in house plants, cut down trees, chop firewood. Whoa. Did your brother or sister touch you? Ugh. Sibling, germs, cuties, icky stuff. You, actual physical contact, enlarged view to show full grossness. Did you stub your toe? Ow! Did your gravy touch your peas? Gravy plus peas equals poison. Every pea for himself. Oh no! What? I can't walk! Did you have to get all dressed up and go to somebody's house where everything was weird and fragile, so you had to keep your hands to yourself, and you could hardly move while the adults talked about boring junk? I've had that happen at dinners. Good.
No, I don't think we ever take you to anything boring, though.
Yes, yeah.
I
No,
don't think
it
so.
was fun, but then you guys just kept talking about boring stuff.
Us? Boring?
Yeah.
How? When I'm so cool, I
Even
wear
with the
this
wolves,
shirt
too?
that says "Dance It Out." I'm so cool.
You can tell yourself that.
I'm gonna keep believing it.
Did you have to pick up your room? Did your dad take you to the most boring museum in the universe?
What is this?
Isn't that
What's
interesting?
what's this a museum of?
The history of dirt. 600 BC, dirt invented. 500 AD, dirt dug. 1250 AD, worms invade dirt. Mud discovered. And mysterious.
Funny in the mud.
Did your relatives come over to your house? And your grandma gave you a big hug? Daily Gazette. Mud discovered. See on page 25. Stuff happens. People amazed. More inside. Boy lost in grandma's bosoms. Search party. Here's voice. And remains hopeful. Little body. Yagulski disappeared Sunday afternoon following an observant greeting from his grandpa Robert Giltet. I had just tousled his hair. You know, I'm gonna stop. I'm kind of bad at that breathing.
I don't want your own grandmother who watches this to think you feel that way at all. You love hugging her.
Or the worst. Did someone make you laugh when you were trying to be grumpy? Oh, I hate this. My dad does this. He tries to make me laugh and it works, but I'm still mad at him most of the time.
Oh, you need more practice with your grumpy face. Ready? Practice it. Everybody, practice. Even when someone wants to make you happy, let's be as grouchy as we can. No one's gonna make me happy.
And you forget what you were so grumpy about? No, that's never happened to me. I never forget. I always remember.
You remember what you're grumpy about, and you want to be all like stick your mouth out like this and have a bird land on your lip.
Hair messed up, squiggly lines of forehead, arms crossed. You need a good hug or some acorns. Black cloud or lump of steel wool over head, bottom lip sticking out. See warning inside.
Yeah.
Sitting like a bump on a log. How to tell if you're grumpy.
I can tell you I was grumpy on Friday. That's why I put on my dancing beats and got in the garage and sang to the top of my lungs.
Well, right now we're thank you for coming to Storytime Live. Before we end, we would like to tell you guys a joke. Mom, do you have the joke?
I do.
You have the joke.
I've got a
I don't
joke
even
for you.
know the joke.
I've got a joke for you, Charlie.
I never know these jokes.
Well, I like to surprise you. All right, Moody Monsters, one more joke before we say goodbye for the day.
Uno más.
So, Charlie,
Uno más.
I have a joke for you.
You do. I believe it.
Hey, Charlie,
Hello, Mom.
why was the cow so excited that the horse moved in next door?
I have no idea. No, like seriously, I don't have any idea.
But you have to make a guess. Why was the cow so excited
Because
that the horse moved in next door?
it was moving on from all of the other animals.
I like it. You can always answer a cow joke with a good moo, huh?
A movie.
Have you got any guesses out there?
A museum.
Moody Monsters for your Monday. Why was the cow in such a good mood when the horse moved in next door? All right, I'm ready to tell you. Because she'd never had neighbors before.
Why was the
Neighbors. See? And when you say neighbors, you feel like you're laughing. So it's all working out for my mood. Do a real neigh. Yeah, that's like Elmo. That's like your Elmo neigh. Okay, thank you for joining us today. Charlie, thank you. I thank you. We have some great stories planned for you tomorrow. And next week is a very important holiday we're going to celebrate together at Storytime Live. Next week is an important
everyone
holiday.
celebrates, I can guarantee that.
I want you to think about, if you can think, you've got all till next Sunday before we tell the secret about this special, super important holiday we're all
so important.
celebrating next week on
Especially
Storytime.
to her.
Yes, on Storytime Live. Okay, okay. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at 3:30. Been great getting in a good mood with you.